Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Factorio. Alright, so here's my plant growing solution. The difficulty with these things is that when you assemble them, you need, so they take in 10 seedlings and 2 water, and it takes them a full minute, and then they produce 10 wood and 4 seedlings. So the problem is that how do you keep the output of wood from getting mixed with because the output of wood is going to get mixed with the output of seedlings. So how do you set it up so that you have you don't wind up getting backed up by having either too many seedlings or not enough seedlings? So I'm going to go ahead and set these things up. So the way that this works, and it's a little confusing, so I'll just go over it. Expert Factorio players probably already see what I'm doing here. But basically the way that this works is that seedlings, you got kind of 2 lines which feed into this thing. The interior line, which is a loop. So it goes around and out like this, and then back up, and then back and on all the way around. So the interior line has raw wood and it has seedlings on it. And the idea is that these 4 greenhouses up here are getting their seedlings only from the interior loop. So with 14 greenhouses, they should pull off enough of the seedlings. With these 4, that should be enough to allow. And in fact, one of them won't be working 100% of the time if my calculations are correct. Anyway, but they should be able to pull all of the seedlings off the interior loop, because all of these guys are also going to be getting seedlings off the interior loop as well, but they're also going to be getting seedlings off of the exterior loop. So the way this works is these things take raw wood in and they make seedlings. So I'll go ahead and drop some raw wood in here, and you can and I'll go ahead and start making, because this thing kind of is like an engine. It takes a little while to get going. So if where are seedlings? There they are. If I make some seedlings myself, so I'll throw some of these in here. Okay, so that'll help get these things started. So the seedlings, so that this loop only ever has seedlings on it. And actually, I don't even have to set them up so that they're double wide with seedlings, but oh well, I did it, so I might as well keep it that way. So the exterior loop only ever has seedlings on it, and it gets its seedlings from these 2 factories, which take in the raw wood from the interior loop. Any raw wood that makes it past that is surplus raw wood that we're not needing in order to keep these things going. So that raw wood can actually get turned into useful products. So the raw wood gets turned into wooden boards and into resin. So resin has the highest priority because, oddly enough, because I need the least of it, but I do need some of it. And any leftover raw wood should get made into wooden boards. And if all of this gets backed up, all that happens is that the interior loop, the seedlings should still get pulled off of it. So the interior loop should be all raw wood, and you can see they're starting to get raw wood in here. And the exterior loop, not a loop, but the exterior line should be all seedlings. And then whenever this gets used up, then we'll have more. Let's see, go ahead and throw another 100 raw wood into each of these. The exterior line gets used up. As the wood gets used up, this will continue to output. So now we're starting to get raw wood and seedlings that are getting pulled off. And all of these are now working. And we're starting to get resin and wooden boards. And then, so those will come down here. I have to go all the way around the lake, but these guys can just go under the lake. So these guys will come down here. And the resin, oops, actually that's fine. The resin is currently only going down one side of the belt, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead and bring, oh, and that's going to work out perfectly with my already existing path. Although it is going to be a little bit of an issue when I build this oil well. But for now, we'll just go that. And there's a power pole there. Actually need it. What's the best way to do this? I think the thing to do, the wood, let's see. Thinking. It's these corners that are always the difficult part with this. Maybe what we'll do, let's see, this is gonna have to go up one more. Okay, so there's the resin and the wood. Oops, backwards. As well, run on the faster walking speed area. Oops. There. Alright, so now we got wood and resin on the bus. Now we can start making basic circuit boards, for which we need copper cable and wooden boards. So let's think about this for a second. So this takes 1 second. It needs 3 copper cable and 1 wooden board. So wooden boards take half a second. So 1 wooden board factory can support 2 circuit board factories. And copper cable so 1 copper plate makes 2 copper cable every half second. And this requires 3 copper cable every second. So 2 every half second. So 2 of those 3 of these would require 6 every second. No, 2 of these would require 6 every second. 3 of these would require 9 every second. What's the ratio there? This makes 2 every second. And this needs 3 every second. So 3, this is a 3 to 2 ratio, right? 3, 2 of these would require 6 every second. And 3 of these would make 6 every second. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. I can set it up like that. I think that makes sense, more sense than trying to actually belt the copper wire or transfer it. So what's that going to look like? That's going to look like when I want 3 of these into 2 of those. And I'm also going to need wood. So it's like 1 for every 2, right, on the wood. So these take 1 wooden board every second, and these are, oh no, because this makes 2 wooden boards. So 1 of these could actually support 4 of these. So probably going to want to belt these. So oh, except we can't we use the other factories though? Yeah, we can. So let's make a bunch of these. Because these have a higher crafting speed. Since the crafting speed's the same, the ratio is going to be the same. So I can still do 3 into 2. I probably can't make wooden boards in them. So what can I make in here? I can make copper cable. Oh, I can make wooden boards in these. Okay. Good. So how many basic circuit boards I'm going to want? Probably a lot. So each one of these supports 4. So we'll start with 2, and then we'll leave room for 2 more. And then we'll have like 2. And then we'll leave... Let's see, do I need to leave space for power? Probably. And then over here, I think that will work. Let's see, better make some more of these. That's 2. Alright, in the meantime, I'm going to want copper. Let's see, we already brought copper up over here. Let's just go ahead and split it here. Actually, since all I want over here is copper, why don't I just pull it off the same line? That actually makes way too much sense. So, I want this here. And then here. And here, and then here. Okay, so that's 4, 6, 8. 6, 8. All right. Get rid of these. So you're going to be making wooden boards. You're going to be making basic circuit boards. And you are going to be making copper cable. Like so. And then output. So, the drop tile position. Then we have our input up here, our output down here. Actually, I'm going to want this on both sides. not enough room. Well, since I'm not using all of this space yet, let's do that. And then what about output for this? It's going on this side. So for now, do this. All right, and then power. Power is going to be a little tricky. Do it like that. That. And that. All right. That should give us automatic production of basic circuit boards. Oh, as I connect up the last spot there. Let's see, these are output limited. Inserters aren't fast enough. Yeah, the inserters aren't fast enough. Well, there's nothing I can do about that until I get green science. Then I can come back and upgrade them to fast inserters. But for now, that should work. Yeah, for now that should work. Alright, so that gives us basic electronic boards. Now I think we can do green science, because green science requires inserters and transport belts. And transport belt we can make easily enough, and inserters, now that we have basic circuit boards, we can also make easily enough. Okay. So let's go ahead and get green science going. That'll be the next thing. So just do this here. I don't think I can use these to make inserters. No. Okay. So what am I out of? I'm out of iron. Still have plenty of copper, or not plenty, but enough copper. All right, so how many green science? Which green science do I actually want to make? So green science requires, takes 6 seconds. It requires 1 inserter and 1 transport belt. So inserter takes half a second. Transport belt You get 2 every half a second. So if I did 2 inserter factories, I could do 2 of each of these every half second, which would be enough to support 12 green science factories. The difficulty is going to be getting enough gear wheels to actually make this thing working at full speed. So how many iron gear wheels would I need? I need 2 iron gear wheels every second. What's the ratio there? Iron gear wheels, you make 1 every half second. And this takes This takes 1 every half second, and it makes 2 transport belt. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. 2 iron plate to make 1 gear wheel every half second. And this, yeah, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So I can gear wheels feeding straight into the transport belt. What about this? This also takes 1 gear wheel every half second. So I just want 1 gear wheel for each one of these factories, and I want 2 inserter factories and 1 transport belt factory. So one side is just going to be iron. Maybe I want to have it going back this way. I can pull I leave that here for now. It's going to be a little bit of wasted space later, but that will let me see if I put this. Oh, that's closer to the bottom than I would like. Oh well. If I put this here, and tell you to make. Oh, that's right. I can't make these until I make the next level ones. I can't make the next level ones without a few basic electronic boards. That's right, I forgot about that. So, or basic circuit boards, not basic electronic boards. I keep getting those names mixed up. Just forget, you have to like handcraft a few basic electronic boards before you can automate green science. So in order to make those, here they are. In order to make those, I need basic electronic components, which can't be made by hand. So I need tin, copper, wire, and carbon. Well, tin, copper, wire, I made a bunch of tin, so I think I can make that by hand. So can I can pull some copper cable out of these. You can just make copper cable anyway, so that's not a big deal. So, and I made a bunch of tin, it's sitting over there. So let's just go make some carbon. So I can make carbon here. So carbon is made in the red furnace, which is the chemical furnace, I believe. Yeah. So We'll make 6 of them for now. Use carbon for quite a lot of things, including refining. So I was going to have it come down over here, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have it come both directions. How do I want to do this? Let's see, we're going to need an offshore pump. And some pipe. And I think go ahead and split off coal. We'll bring the coal down here like this. And for now, I'm going to send the carbon this way. We'll do... No, we're not going to have any room for power. If I want to upgrade these two to electric, which I probably do, well, there's no real need for it, I suppose. I'm going to need 2 spaces in between each one. Do this and then 2 spaces. That. And that's actually not going to work, is it? Because, well, no, because I can have them reach 3 at that point, but I can always just go up. Yeah, all right, that's fine, that'll work. So I need an input. And an output. Drop tile position on that. And I guess technically this is the halfway point. So it would look something like this, and then you're going to make carbon. All right. I'll go ahead and bring this down to the bus now. as we will eventually need it on the bus, so might as well. Alright, so carbon, and now what's the other thing we need for the basic electronic components? Oh, looks like it is time for me to end this episode. Tin copper wire. So I'll just head over and grab that tin. We'll make some tin copper wire, and then we can think about solder. We can make a small amount of solder fairly quickly. We don't need that many of these to get green science going. So, all right. But we do need some of them. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next episode as we continue to make progress. Before we quit, just a quick look at the map. So we have some enemy bases, but it doesn't look like any of them are in too much danger of getting hit by our pollution right at this second. All right. I will see you guys next time. Until then, have a terrific day.